A lot of people's been wanting to see more of my wagon, and it's not set up that often, but it's set up right now, so I thought I'd make a film and show up close some of the distinguishing stuff on the wagon. I'm here in Alberta, Alabama. It's Sunday morning. I've been here cooking breakfast, dinner, and supper since Wednesday for a horse camp at Jag Ranch. If you don't know where Alberta, Alabama is, to the west of here, about 3 miles, is the town of Foley, Alabama, where the big outlet mall is, and Wolf Bay Lodge, and the newly opened Owa amusement park. It just opened this weekend. Directly to the southwest of here, about 8 miles, is the wharf at Orange Beach, where the famous World Food Championship was held last year and this year as well. All right, here's the wagon. We'll start here at the front. This is the tongue or pole of the wagon. It's where the team of horses are hooked up. It's not hooked up right now, but this right here, this part here is the double tree. It actually bolts on or attaches right here to the tongue. Goes up under this clevis here, and this pin goes in right here. And the pin itself is an actual wheel tool. It's used for tightening and loosening the lugs on the wheels. The wheels are actually self-tightening. When the wagon is in forward motion, it constantly puts a tightening tension on the axle nuts. This right here is a single tree. It goes up at the front. It's where the team of horses are hooked to. It pulls the wagon. This is a toolbox right here. It's got my wheel wrench and some various other tools in there. All right. Over on the driver's side of the wagon, I suppose, I got a scabbard. Don't have it in there right now. It rained before daylight this morning. Rained pretty good, so a lot of stuff that's not on the wagon right now because I don't leave it out to get wet. Got a canteen. Got the seat, of course. This is a wagon jack. This is this plate right here. There's one on each side at the front. It's kind of a interesting piece. The beds of these wagons are not attached directly to the running gear. They're not bolted or anything, so they move. They move fore and aft, and that plate, that's kind of, I guess you'd call it a scrub plate, where it moves against that standard. It's a tight fit, but like I said, it's not attached. Okay, here's a water barrel. It's an actual working water barrel. There's water in it, about 25-30 gallons. Got a crosscut saw. Of course, got the hoops on the wagon, and that's the fly, the wagon fly. It stays tied up around the hoop. I've had it on a time or two, but it comes down and it covers up all the stuff on the side, so pretty much just leave it tied up there on that hoop. Can't really see it in the camera, but behind the water barrel is the actual Weber insignia. You kind of see some of it in there. It's old. Weber, I think Weber sold out to International Harvester about 1904, so I don't know the exact age of this wagon, but it's 1904 or before, so it's pretty old. All right, got a pickaxe, got a shovel. Okay, here's the actual chuck box. Up on top of the chuck box is the crow's nest. Got a lantern hanger. There's one on each side. On the back side of the chuck box have mounted a single head axe and a washboard. Okay, come on around to what I call the business end of the wagon. This is the actual chuck box. It's kind of disarray. I've been cooking out of it for several days, like I said, and things are kind of in array right now, but kind of get an idea. Now this down below the chuck box is what's called a boot, a wagon boot, and that's an extra storage space. It's used for carrying Dutch ovens and larger cooking items and paraphernalia. And on the outside of the box lid, got a wrecking pan. That's where you put your dirty dishes and all for washing, and got a 16-inch carbon steel skillet. Okay, here's a coffee grinder. That ground's just got coffee beans in it and grind coffee up. Got a cleaver mounted there on the side of the chuck box. Okay, got a bow saw here. Pretty much everything needed on a trail drive is on this wagon. Any hardships you might run across on the trail, pretty much got anything you need to handle those situations. Hey, of course, got another lantern hanger, and I've got these two small lanterns. I've got some larger lanterns as well that I use sometimes. Okay, here's a double-headed axe. Okay, got a block and tackle. Right here, it's called a jockey box. Got some other tools in it, some various tools, some shoeing equipment. Okay, got a hatchet, so a set of hobbles and a bit. Okay, this is I really like this lariat here. This is actually called a riata. It's made out of braided rawhide, hand braided rawhide. It's a really nice rope. It's real stiff. Okay, this is the wagon or the wheel control, or the brake control, I should say. I'm not going to release it right now because I've got the brakes locked, and there's the actual brake mechanism there. Okay, what we have here is a cooking fly. It furnishes some shade, and the shade was really needed this week, and a couple of times, or 2 or 3 times, actually protected me from the rain as well. And the cook fly is held up by these cedar poles. See, there's 7 of the poles plus 1 in the wagon to kind of hold it over the box. The way these poles are held, they're just on the ground down here. We got these ropes, and there's a pin up in the top of the pole, and a loop from the fly is hung over the pole. And the way this rope is attached, it's half hitched down here, and actually a ring goes over the pin up here. And the reason for that is if the tension is on this pin up here, it's more apt to split this pole, to split the wood. And a lot of people actually have rawhide strips wrapped around the ends of their poles, but I don't have any yet, but something I'm going to add later on probably. This is something I just added. This is the first time I used it. Instead of tying these poles off, or these ropes off, I made me some dowels for some tension, and makes putting up and taking down a lot easier, and also adjusting the tension on the fly. It works real good. It just takes a few seconds to do it instead of having to untie and tie back. Of course, got 1-inch pins. They're about 16 inches long. Okay, back around to the front of the wagon, and I guess that's about it. So I got to get everything packed up and loaded up and head home. It's been a long, hot week. Portico has been a lifesaver. And oh, here's a fire pit. A lot of stuff's cooked over the fire pit. Most everything's cooked in Dutch ovens, but some stuff cooked on the fire pit as well. All right, I'm gonna get started loading up.